Hello, welcome back to Snowrunner. I'm Head X, and this is Season 16. We're going to see what kind of trouble we can get into. This is our second episode of Season 16. The first one went spectacular. I only flipped the truck like 500,000 times. Meow, Eagle, that seems like that's Bryce's line. Do you know Bryce? Hey, Mason, how you doing? Boo to you too. 'Tis almost the season. Seems to be taking its sweet time about loading up. Sam's reaching up here, hitting buttons already. Ha! Joke's on him, it's the loading screen. Brian Connor, what's up? Ah, not a whole lot. Just getting started here. We will see what kind of trouble we get into. Ooh, 'tis dark. 'Tis vatty dog. Meep. Now you're a roadrunner? Meep meep. Alright, let's go in here and figure out what do we got task wise that's going to help us with some where do we pick those up? Had some fun on my last stream. Yeah, it was quite interesting to say the least. Okay, we picked those up here at the rail yard, and they go all the way up north. Well, we could try going this way around. We have not done that yet. Around here, through over to the bridge, across the bridge. Left, right, follow around to the right. I mean, it looks doable, right? Plus, it gets us up by in need of repairs, which has to get activated. So we will start tracking that. And let's mark our route out. So we'll put our first mark. I have not used one on my streams. I have used the steering wheel in the past. I stopped using the steering wheel because I was having issues that a lot of other people were having of it, like shutting your engine down and stuff like that while you were in the middle of driving. And it always seemed to happen to me. It would shut the engine down, or the steering wheel would completely disconnect while I was approaching a cliff that I couldn't get around. No co-op tonight, Elijah. I won't do a co-op on Season 16 till we get there in our difficult mode. Oh, cannot go that way around. So the way I was going is the correct route. Well, and I got to turn that down. There we go. All right, then we're going here, over here. Yes, I'm using a controller currently. We want to go up here. Right hand turn here. Up to there. To there. Up and in. All right, got a route laid out. Oh, and we need to bring daylight around because it's dark. 6 a.m. will work. Now, what's my fuel level like? No roof rack. Alright, so we need to get some fuel over here. Where's my closest fuel? I think that was set up for... nobody's got fuel on there. You should have enough to top me up. Sorry, but you're stuck on how to get the last tower in Michigan. The one you need is around the swamps. Oh, it's not super hard. Hang on a second. I can actually, let me shut this down. We'll show you here real quick. Are you talking about in Black River or which map in Michigan? Black River, Island Lake. In Black River? All right. If we pull Black River up, then the one that you are looking at is probably the watchtower that is, hang on, out here. Is this the watchtower you're talking about? Yep. If you come from the garage, you just hang a left out of the garage and you follow the main road. Head straight west on there, and you're gonna go past these two little trailer park areas. You know, all the way past the farm, past the two trailer parks, and after you pass them trailer parks, take the first left that you come to. That'll take you right out there. It is squishy, so you're gonna want a vehicle that won't easily get stuck, but if you've got the mud tires and stuff for the CK, you should be able to make it out there just fine. It's a pretty easy, straightforward shot. All right, so we got him over there. We got to get this guy turned around so we can get him loaded. Nothing like carrying some slate blocks that far on these roads on a flatbed semi-trailer. Oh, no problem, Brian. Happy I could help. Makes it a little easier when you can visualize things a little bit better. Who's with me tonight? No one. I'm doing my single player. So on season 16, I'm on single player right now. After I finish season 16, I'll go back to the co-op. It's all right. I know the guys are fairly anxious for me to get it done, so we'll see how quickly we can make that happen for them. Restore the crane. We are going to refuel from the trunk repair supplies to the Freightliner. So the Freightliner has a full tank. Park this guy up out the way. Pack our cargo. And get our volunteer for flip counter ready. Because with the way it works for me and the way it went the last time, I may end up flipping a couple of times. I hope not, but it's very, very possible. So I left my puppy dog, 7-month-old puppy dog, well, 8-month-old puppy dog now, home alone today while I was at work. He's done fine on the on Sunday afternoons for like 4 hours at a time. So today was his first full work day that he stayed home. Came home, he had chewed up a couple of things, but those things that he did chew up were ones that were very similar in texture to some of his toys. So, and it was only a couple things. So, I was very impressed with how well he did. He's been going to work with me every day since I got him, and I'm trying to get him broke in because when it gets cold out, I don't want to leave him outside in the cold all winter. He's a German Shepherd. Well, I didn't make it very far, did I? Oh, that is a terrible spot. How the heck am I going to get that guy upright? Alright. I need something other than the Mac to rescue that guy. That's fuel. Alright. Into the garage. Alright. Was it your fault? Just got here? Helicopter? Well, helicopter would be great in expeditions. You have that option. Should we see what kind of rescue trucks this guy makes? I mean, he is, after all, fitted out for rescue. Oh, he's not going to work real well, though, because the crane that's on the Freightliners is not likely to pick up those things. We'll give him a try and see if the Freightliner crane can pick him up or not. I mean, what's the worst case scenario? I find something else? I'm an awesome streamer? Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, Mason, we're going to do it. We're going to give this guy a shot. Hello, Steve. You got here just in time to watch me go rescue my truck after the first flip. Wait till you see where it's at. To be honest, I'm not even sure how I managed to flip it because I was just driving along and it just over it went. Been watching JJ. He says to say hi. All right. May drop in later when he has time or when he's done. Oh, cool. Yeah, JJ usually stops in to say hi almost every night, so that's pretty cool. You think you would sell the truck? I don't know. This truck put in some work hauling some logs the other day. That's 2 thus far. Shooter just popped into your head. It's the filler. So is this season harder? It's challenging. It is definitely a challenging map so far. I haven't even done anything on the other maps yet. But it's definitely got its own challenges. The hard part, I think, is going to be getting this Freightliner back on its feet. I may have been better off putting that stuff in the plaid. I really do not know how I'm going to do this. Maybe rocks do stick out a little bit right there, so maybe, just maybe, all right. Come on, get her up there. Get her up there. All right, well, Got that part done. Now I got to get that stuff back on. Here's hoping this crane will lift them. Know my stuff? Some of it's just pure luck. In the ever slow crane rotation. Been doing it for a long time though. Yeah, I've done it for a few minutes. Gotta say though, I am surprised that this crane picked it up. All right. Might be worth it to go with low plus so that I can keep my speed down a little bit better. Of course, that also means I'm probably going to have to bring fuel out there because I'm most likely not going to have enough fuel to get all the way there. Definitely not going to have enough to get all the way back. But I think I got an earth roamer with some fuel in it fairly close by. And a semi-fuel trailer out that way. Where are the lights at, folks? Thanks for the reminder there, Adam. Appreciate it. It definitely helps get me out there for more people to be able to see my stuff. So hit that button. Ah, you bugger. Engine's still running. Is there anything I can reach? All right. Back on our feet. I was expecting some cuss words. I try not to do it. My daughter's 24 years old, getting married Saturday. I still yell at her if she cusses. Yeah. Time I'm looking at 9:30 at night. Man, that day went quick. Saying JJ gets boring after a while. Well, I think we all do, just because of you run out of things to say. Let's control. Enjoy everyone's different style. Yeah, so do I. I think if we were all the same, it would be extremely boring. YouTube would not be very successful if every YouTuber out there was the same. JJ's one of the guys that helped me out and getting going, so, you know, I could never say anything bad or derogatory about him. You know, he's done a lot for me. Season 16 background is animated. Heck. Restore crane. All right. Let's try to continue on. One moment. You are definitely going to get trouble. Not for you. Okay, I'm back. That's the one of the crummy things about doing it on a console is Ninja Winch is almost impossible. You start to go over, you're pretty much going over. I think I've had maybe in the course of the last 3 years had 3 successful Ninja Winch attempts. And now for some more hazardous driving. On the Ninja Winch. Why is that one there? Oh, because I was supposed to turn right back there. Well, that's not going to happen now. I can't stand when it does that. You try to grab it and move it, and it just creates a new one. Another thing with consoles is it's a little harder to move your waypoints. Because you try to grab hold of the waypoint you want to move, and it creates a new one. Then you end up deleting the whole route and making it all over again. So we have logs. Are they short, medium, or what? Short logs. 1 load worth. Alright. Good to know. Well, I found the double logging trailer that I have to rescue. There's another cabin. And, well, I saved the truck, not the cargo. Now we got to reposition and reload again. There's a hydro lift attachment in the garage. Alright. Trying to slide over to the side on me. You can't have that. Alright. Ah, you bugger. I knew that was going to happen. Back to square one. Yeah, most definitely going to have to bring some fuel out. Considering I'm below half a tank and not even halfway there. And apparently most decidedly stuck. Yeah, definitely going to have to bring fuel out. And a different crane, I think, because this is going to take, with the position that's in, there's no way I'll slide them across the axle there. Well, there's definitely a crane involved. How much fuel can we put on here? I don't know if there's a fuel add-on for it or not. No. Will he pull a trailer? He'll pull a trailer. Uh-oh. Somebody raiding us, are they? All right, well, we appreciate the raid. All right, this guy may be a bit overboard, but for the route, I think stability is a must. So we will go with stability. Welcome in, everybody. Saw the fight with JJZ and JJ's chat. Well, that doesn't sound, I mean, it sounds interesting, but it doesn't sound good. So that was a fight. Hey, Ian. How you doing? Oh, begging for points? Ah, that ain't nothing. I'm guessing the Freightliner just really is not made for this terrain. Offered a duel, they called you a chicken when you declined, not a fight. Five seven has a buff against poor people. Part of me really wants to finish the tasks and do as much on this map as I can before moving on to the next map. But part of me really wants to move on to the next map. But through most of what I've done out here on my main save, I've always completed as much of one map as I could before moving on, so I figure there's no point in changing that now. Was it just me, or did he shift back a little bit? Could swear that was parked a little bit closer to the road. At least the Freightliner's not cut out for pulling that trailer across this terrain. Do as much of this as I can without the all-wheel drive. Save some fuel. Is that the one crane, the one light rolling purple cargo eater? Oh, well, it might be. Those trailers with the fuel is a nice add to the game. Oh, absolutely. Then you don't need to use modded trailers in order to do it. To carry extra fuel. No, 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 no. See? Wrong turn. See, now before I went straight across, but I was supposed to take this little route here. These set of maps not just lend themselves to finishing a map before moving to the next. Cargo you need to spread all over 3 maps. Yeah, like I said, I try to do finish as much as I can. But yeah, sometimes you just can't. There's a contest. Let's discover it. Show task. Scrap trailer we've already claimed. That's the one down there. That's another cabin to rip apart. All right. Maybe a way to try and encourage scouting and the highway trucks. Yeah, it could be. Really? Come on. Get down there and push that thing. I apparently cannot go any lower. Well, that's going to be a pain in the neck, isn't it? See if the double stack will let me pack it. Yay! Oh, I forgot. I can raise that suspension a little bit. Sorry, Freight Shake, you're going to have to sit there for a minute. Most people just use heavy-duty off-roads and heavies now, or mod trucks. Yeah. Well, I scouted a lot of this in the Earth Roamer, the old LTI. You gotta like how that stretch here, the road almost just disappears into the shadow. Alright, we're gonna have to little creative use of the winch. I liked the way they did with this bridge here, though, where you had to push the one side down and winch the other side down to you. So I was saying, you know, the terrain kind of reminds you a little bit of some of the terrain in Expeditions. some of the parkour challenges, like with this bridge. A little bit of roadcraft stuff. They got pretty much all 3 games wrapped into one on here. Hey, Sergey. Hey, Zantana. Doing the new map for roadcraft? Which one? Contamination or the other one? Had to start over again. If you want to do the new setup with difficult mode, yeah. Uh-oh, what are we hooked on? Don't know what we were hooked on, but we're off it now, so that's all that matters. Well, that's going to be a tough turn to make. Well, come on, elephant. All right, let's see if we can get the trailer winch point on that. That's too far back. That won't grab it though. More of that creative winch use. Getting dark already. Basically all trucks are free right up to rank 20. Okay. So it still must hold your experience then. Which is cool. Like rank 4 now. Um, well, that's a bit of a problem. That's a serious bit of a problem. How the heck am I going to get this thing back out of here? That's an awful lot of truck and trailer to back up. All right, let's shut her down for a quick sec. Well, we figured this one out. Looks like if we come around here, so let's clear that. Barbie crew is back for roadcraft, and why did I do that? That's not the button I even was close to wanting to do. I'm gonna go here. Go the long way around past the LTI. Or do I try to cut through here? I mean, it's shorter, but is short necessarily better? I think we're going to stick to the road. What time was it? Sheesh, it seems like time's just flying. Do a military vehicles only challenge. I mean, it's got possibility, but you don't get a lot of military vehicles right away. I'd almost have to do it. It would almost have to be done with mod vehicles. Because you don't really get but a couple of military vehicles in here. Contamination is a pain in the butt? Yes, yes it is. I was rather impressed with how well this thing did backing that trailer back up out of there. Always down for mods. Barbie doesn't like it. Barbie doesn't like contamination. All that makeup she puts on, she should be used to contamination. Do I have any fuel left in the LTI service add-ons that I can rob? I mean, I know I've got it in the trailer. Earth Roamer service kit has 12 gallons. I think what I'm going to do is like I did the other day. We are going to run... I'll park off up here, and then I'll get the LTI, and we'll go over and top everything off, make a couple runs back and forth to the trailer. There's no point in taking it out of here until I need to, especially when I got that big old semi-trailer full of fuel that close by. I'm so glad they put tree roots in this map. I just love them. Can't you hear the love in my voice? Yeah, it's totally like a good addition. Not. This is where we're going to park this up for right now. So we go get the LTI. And shuttle some fuel. I keep forgetting I can't do that. It takes a long time to do anything on this map, that's for sure. Just because of how long it takes to get from point A to point B. Now I know you got to be careful because this tore my suspension up the other day. Why? I mean, so much for it actually selecting something in the direction you're looking. Quick winch my butt. Refuel. From there, earth roamer, service kit. Yeah, I don't think the Freightliner would have made it there at all because that trailer didn't have any extra fuel. Freightliner doesn't have a roof rack. I don't think it would have even made it out here to get topped off. Refuel. Truck repair supplies to the cider. Hold on. That's not what I wanted to do. I just took it out of the roof rack. I didn't want to take it from the roof rack. I wanted to take it from the service kit. So, one more shot should have that guy all topped off again once I put it back into the roof rack. Bad terrains. Excuse me, I had to grab something to drink. Hydrate if you got it. And if you don't, go get it. Fuel carrier semi to the service kit. Thank you very much. Refuel from the service kit to the trunk repair. There, roof rack is full again. And away we go. You know, when you use something like a spare tire or something in this game and it just disappears off the side, Where does the tire you took off go? I mean, are you like just littering and leaving it along the side of the road? Alright. Freed itself up. I didn't have to do it. Don't question the logic. Is that kind of like trying to make sense out of the senseless? Oh, look at that little miniature bridge. Great big truck. So this is one truck that is not something you want to flip over. I know, I did it when I got it. Not very much fun to try to get back on its feet. More swap to get your drop off. Let's talk about painting that truck. I can't remember why I did. Somebody asked me to paint it this color. I think it was Rio. But it does need to go back to my McDonald's colors. I know, Sergey, it reminds you way too much of Zantana. I can see the drop off. Sorry, sir. I'll get MJ out here to build you a new fence. He's real good at it. He'll plant some more sunflowers, too. All right, Rocky delivery. Pay recovery costs. You need to get back to the garage and repaint it. Yeah. Says, good job. You saved the day, helped us finish an important project. Thanks to your help, we can go on with our work now. We have your well-earned reward here. 1,110 XP, 8,600 cash. All right. So, in need of repairs is this task here. So we need to activate that one yet. And that trailer here is the one that has to go back over here. So let's get this activated and see what that entails. So our water mill is a bit wonky and in dire need of repairs. All required supplies should be by the hotel cluster. Could you deliver them to the mill when you have the time? Yeah, we'll do that when we have the time. All right, we're going to see about swapping the trailer on the Freightliner, see if we can't pull that other one back over to the lumber mill. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I got enough fuel to get it to the lumber mill. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Where Freightliner? 43%. So, get this trailer up here out of the way. Mario death noises. Be nice with a chainsaw sometimes. Yeah, especially when you come across a tree crossing the road. Or that new bridge layer that they give you in Roadcraft, that'd be nice right there. Hold on. Why would you want to do that? I didn't say anything at all about you flipping yourself upside down. C500's a good scout? Absolutely. Best scout in the game. All right, let's plot our route here. There. Let's get the correct thing on the... All right. Make sure there ain't nothing in our way. So then we're going to go this way. Go here. Here. This way on the intersection. And in. Don't know if we got enough fuel to do this or not, but we'll find out. That's the way to go. Best way I could see anyhow. Okay, here we go again. Well, fortunately, she's empty. I'm not carrying a couple of gigantic freaking slate blocks. The one thing is fuel. Fuel is the issue because I never filled it up when I was over here with the other trailer. So I'm hoping that I can get up when I get onto the road that I can take it out of all wheel. And save a little of it. Otherwise we'll be filling the LTI up again at the other trailer and bringing it down. Like the truck fax map loading screen. Yeah, it's not too bad. So much for staying out of all wheel. think we're going to have to bring the LTI down to it. Ooh, there's a save for you. I forgot about that till I was halfway around it. Alright, I think we're going to park it up here and go get the LTI. We're down here. So my route back to the bridge. Let's it was not that way. Haha. I almost did it again. Gonna have to be back around this way. Then we'll come up to here. And time of day, it's not really that late. See, I'm not sure I like it when it gets real dark during the middle of the day. Still at Solus, right? Yes. Yeah, the only thing I've done is I had popped into the second map there which I think is what, Soulless Bay. I had popped in there long enough to turn back around when I first got down to it. Just kind of popped in and popped out. Oh, heck no, you can't see nothing like that. Of course, that's going to throw my waypoints off. Unless I get down there. If I go to the town in Solus, there's a task for the buddy. Alright. Hold on, which way am I supposed to go? Okay. I had to make sure I was headed the right direction here. Towards the bottom of the town. The south side. Don't cut through there. Trust me, it's loaded with tree roots. Sometimes the mud is better. See how bumpy they made that? So if you go up here and you do it too fast, you're going to go over. I like it. I like it. Provides you the bypass to the mud, but make sure that you still have to slow down a bit. This will be the closest the LTI's been back to home since I first came out and scouted this thing. Fuel service kit to the Freightliner. Salton River National Reserve. Yeah, I think so. That it's the first one. The very first map that you come to when you first load in. Huh. Interesting that there's tire tracks running across there. Oof. Yeah, Salton River Mountain. That's one right up there by where I got the elephant parked at. If I went through that gateway, I'd be there. I think that's that gateway for that. Now we all know I'm going to pull in here, and then they're going to say, "Oh, well, keep the trailer." Look at that. Awesome. The trailer's in perfect condition. We can put it to work at the sawmill right away. By the way, you're free to use it if you ever arises. Thanks a bunch. This is the extended double logging trailer. 330 XP, 2,700 cash. Yeah, see, that's Solace Bay. I've popped my head into there. And the other one over here, Salton River Mountains, that's the one that I got the elephant park next to. Task-wise, winter reserves. There's potatoes and soybeans. Soybeans pick up there. Potatoes pick up there. Have fun and enjoy the new toys. All right, time for bed. Have a good night, Steve. Thanks for watching. Well, let's say we do some potatoes and soybeans, shall we? Should go to the mountains with the elephants just to open it up. We can do that. Elephant. Might as well just to get it opened up anyhow. That's where the Chimera is. I just watched JJ rescue that thing with a Tataran earlier today. Ah, it's also where the dam is. Alright. See, they don't show you a whole heck of a lot here. What do we got? No garage there, no garage. So you only get the one garage. Four towers, two gateways. We'll ride forward a little bit here and see what there is to see. Then we'll head back and we'll deliver some soybeans and potatoes. Because that should be pretty straightforward and easy one to do. Alright. I mean, maybe I would have turned sooner had I been looking in that direction instead of looking down the side road. Well, I don't know what we have over here, but it looks like a good place to park. Looks like a bridge in need of repair. Steel beams on the ground. Yep. Possible way up onto the road from there or over here. Flatbed semi loaded with parts. There's the trailer that's on me. Alright. We are going to head back to Salton River. We're going to go get some soybeans and some potatoes. Truck stowage. Adam. I need to give it the Mickey D paint job. Looks like a box of fries. Alright. Let's start tracking our task, which was this guy. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not a bad spot. I'm not sure what the pickup point's going to be like, but we'll find out. Yeah, I haven't checked. I could still possibly have chain tires on this thing for some reason. I don't know. I've got that thing instead of the roof rack? Well, that doesn't make sense. Pretty sure this has the roof rack. Yeah. Guess I can live with 1 point of damage. Ah, I wonder who left that there. Painted the wrong colors. Two ties, one soybean. Alright, cross that and hang a left. Nothing like a nice, simple, straightforward mission. Showing 3 different pickups, which tells me they're sitting on the ground. It's a good thing I grabbed something with a crane on it. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. This blue crane definitely needs a buff. Don't worry, Austin Powers taught me everything he knows. When we get back over by the garage, I'll check out and figure out the route out to that island. Drop these off. "35 miles per hour." Let me check from here. Just in case there's a yeah, see, going by the garage would have been the wrong way to go. There. Something just told me to go ahead and stop where I was at and look. I'm pretty sure this is Kelly's house. She told me stop by anytime I wanted, just as long as I brought some potatoes and soybeans. I wonder if they know there's trees growing up in the middle of what they got marked out as a road. Somebody from forestry should get out here and fix that. Cargo management. 1, 2, and 3. Winter reserves. Thanks for coming forward. Can't tell you how much I needed those provisions. But now, thanks to your help, getting through the winter should be much easier. Much obliged for your kindness. 790 XP, 7,700 cash. Alright. Tricky landslide is not far away. They need medium planks times 1. Picking up over there though. because the sawmill doesn't have anything yet. So, need of repairs. Goes all the way up there. That's a curtain side trailer. Of course, you can't go that way. Possibly. The fuel road, that was picking up that trailer that I've got out there, bringing it back to the garage. But that trailer is coming awful handy for fuel out that way. Don't know if I want to do that yet. Deliver to the Forest Service warehouse, International Lodestar. Come down and around this way. About the easiest. Let's do this one. We're just going to bring this guy back to the garage the easy way. Mm. 49X have the I don't like that one because you can't see while you're driving and it catches. So this is not the truck I want. Ah, look, it's already outfitted with what I wanted. But I gotta check. Gearbox is correct. We're just gonna switch that over to raised. Huh? Tires. Tires is what wins a race. Okay. Twos, threes. Let's go with threes. I like the looks of them. Advanced medium, engageable. Don't gotta worry about that. That engageable, articulated towing platform. Looks like we are ready to roll. All right, what's our route to pick that up? Piece of cake. Bring a little bit of daylight around with the headlights. We'll bring it back around in the morning when I get over here to the pickup site. Who's your daddy? That would have been some damage. Alright, time of day. 6 a.m. Just drug me over the flipping guardrail, which is not good. Sheesh, for the advanced medium, it's not very strong, is it? Thing ain't even on there. Really, it won't let me drive out from under it? Stop trolling me. What in the heck? go. Try her again. Now we can swap out our winch point, I think. Ah. Do it the other way so the wheel can go in the slot. It doesn't really matter. Hold on. Full winch. There we go. All right. We are going down here, around. Have I unlocked the plaid yet? No, not yet. I have not really gone into the other maps. I've been just a little ways in there, and that's about it. Not enough to actually say that I've been there. Yeah, for something like pulling a scout around and stuff, this is the add-on that I prefer instead of the oof. Of course, it's no longer packed, so we are going to have to just let the winch holder in place. But the other one sticks up so far in the back, you can't see over top of it. It catches on trees, so you end up having to lower it down half the time anyhow. Then you're driving with it flagging way out there. Give me 1 minute. I think Sam's got to go outside. I'm going to call that a win too. Yeah. We're going to call that a win. All right. I am thinking we're going to get over here where it's a little more level, I think, and set this thing down. And of course, it's never going to climb off of there on that slope. But it goes uphill on the other side, doesn't it? Slightly. So, control evacuator. And yeah, the winch is no longer attached anyhow. See, that was easy to offload. Now we'll drag it back up on here. This takes a little bit. Because you can't pull the winch at the same time that you're bringing it in. Actually, let's see if it'll let me. No, see, it won't let me reset the winch point either that way, so. Ooh. A little bit of diff lock here in the squish. Did I pack truck and trailer? Yes, I did. You can see the wheel chocks. See the little yellow wheel chocks around the wheels? And I'm falling over because I was showing them off. Well. See, that's what I get for showing off. What truck is that? Why is it showing it to look that color? Ah, it's alright. No biggie. We'll run the recovery vehicle over there. Sheesh. Is there a quicker way to get over to where I'm at? Doesn't really look like it. Oof. The little pebble got me. So yeah, I like testing this guy out, testing any new truck out in different configurations. and figure out what they're actually good for. As opposed to just saying, oh, well, this truck's no good. It didn't handle this situation. Like I found out the other day, not good for pulling the double logging trailer. Same time, doesn't mean that it wouldn't be good for a single logging trailer. Doesn't mean it's not good for this add-on. It does seem a little tippy with this particular add-on. And even then, it's more of a matter, I think, of just some throttle control. You know, don't run around with your foot in the radiator all the time. Uh-oh. That's the fun part, though? The running around with your foot in the radiator? show you a truck that ain't a little tippy when it comes to logging? Yeah. One thing is your foot can't get cold. No, not when it's in a radiator. It'll stay good and warm. Got to make sure it's attached to the correct vehicle, you know? Well, of course. I mean, I had to drag it sideways instead of just tipping it over after I went through the trouble to line the truck up with it. In the world, attach winch. There we go. All right. Really? You stupid thing. Even when it's attached to the winch on top. Oh, because it didn't grab from the winch on top. It grabbed from the winch down there. I gotta release it first. Doesn't matter which winch point you use, it's just gonna do that. Pack. There we go. All right. Now let's see if we can't finish this out. No more driving from the side. Come on. There you go. Whew. That was a rough climb. Had to wait for Granny to get a bite. Don't get too frisky just because we're almost there. Most accidents occur within 5 miles of home. Why is that? Because people get too frisky because they're almost there. Want your dad's old 77 Dodge with a 318 4-speed with the granny gear? Oh yeah. His old power wagon. Dodge Ram power wagon. I had a 79 F-150 Super Cab that I had for a little while. That thing was a tank. She liked to drink though. It was a thirsty, thirsty truck. 6 or 7 when he sold it. Oh look, there's another one of the find it marks. I like that. I just activated it and just hitting them as I drive around. Alright, let's go ahead and back on into the hole here. We'll make it almost look like we're intending on unloading. Alright, this has to be the worst day of my life. I couldn't have made it without you. Thanks for not ditching me here. Now to explain to my boss why the car looks like a bear chasing it through the forest. 360 XP, 3,300 cash. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're going to go ahead and end the stream for now. I thank you for watching. I hope you liked what you've seen. If you did like it, please feel free to hit that like button. If you really liked it, feel free to share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. And tomorrow night, being Wednesday, will be mystery stream, so whatever I happen to be in the mood for is what we'll end up doing. It might be Snowrunner, it might be co-op Snowrunner, it might be Roadcraft, it might be Expeditions, it might be Farm Sim, it might be Construction Sim, it might be anything. So that's why I call it a mystery stream. So, again, we will see you next time. Hello, Bryce.